Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com, coming to you from the Darwin Tango Studio on the expansive first floor of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep 3. As always, if you would be so kind, if you're digging what we're doing, maybe even picking up a tip or two, making yourself a ducat, please like our video, and of course, if you haven't done so already, we'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate all the love and support out there from each and every one of you. You guys are you're a fine group, you're a good group of ladies and gentlemen, and you're great handicappers, as we're going to find out in the shout-out section here a little bit later. I still put forth that the commenters and posters on our site are the best amateur handicappers in the land. Come at me, all right? And, of course, speaking of which, we want to know what you're playing. Put your plays in the comment section. Let us know what you're on today, what you're doing, tailing the deep three, fading the deep three, whatever it is, whatever you got cooked up on your own. Some of the other games, maybe some prop action, whatever it is, give us up to 5. Give us your best action, all right? And if you get them right, of course, we'll give you the shout-out. You get enough of them right, just like Darwin Tango, you will be our capper of the day. All right, so one more time, don't forget to visit winnersandwhiners.com and statsalt.com. Absolutely fantastic resources for anyone that's handicapping different sports, and they have deep dives into every game going on in America every single day. Check out Winners and Whiners, and then check out StatSalt. 2 different sets of handicappers offering different opinions on each game. So, with that being said, let's take a quick look and see how we did yesterday. Well, I tried my best to jinx us, but we ended up falling back on our, we ended up, man, I got an itchy nose. Sorry, guys. Ended up backsliding into our 3-3 ways as we had Penn State. You know, a couple weeks ago I said, I'm never going to play against Minnesota again. They've got me convinced. They went up there. Oh, we had Nebraska. We had Nebraska in a play. And they went up there and just absolutely curb stomped Nebraska. And I said, okay, I'm convinced Minnesota is the real deal. And then 2 weeks later, I'm like, Minnesota sucks. They haven't played anybody. And, of course, they absolutely that was a great game. It was a great game to watch as they beat Penn State. Minnesota is one of my it's not really my alma mater. I went there for a year as I was working on a political staff, writing speeches and shit like that. I went to the U for a year. Very cool campus. If you've never been there, it's split by the Mississippi River. Very neat. Anyway, so yeah, I was, from that standpoint, I was happy to see the Gophers having success, but having our money on Penn State, I wasn't loving the Gophers so much there. So anyway, we missed out on Penn State. We missed out on UConn. You know, I will talk about it here in a minute. We missed on UConn. We hit Army. We hit Ohio State, and we hit Mississippi. All of our big chalk. That chalk came through, baby. Then we had so here's my hunch plays. All right, I had a couple like counterintuitive plays, and somebody said you got to make counterintuitive plays to be successful. And you're right, but you got to pick your spots. And the great thing is, if you get them right, you sound like a fucking genius. When you get them wrong, you're like, oh my god, you're so stupid. So we had UConn plus 35 points. They put up 3 points. I thought they would get to 10 or 13. That's what I was looking for, UConn, and I thought that would be enough for them to hold on. And it would have been. Cincinnati just put up 45, but they just had nothing on offense. And then we had the Iowa State Oklahoma under, which I predicted. I said we're either going to win that or we're going to probably be beat by halftime, and we just about were. I think it was it 28? I think it was 28-14 at halftime. So maybe even 30, maybe 35. I don't know. Whatever it was, we were beat. We were done. We were done in the first quarter. So yeah. We tried for the hero plays there, and we ended up being a 0. So 3-3 we go. We go 1-1 on the officially on the premium side. We did have 3 picks. We had UAB, but it was a contingent pick on Trevor Johnson starting for UAB. They had he's got a big arm. He throws the ball down the field. UAB's got a fantastic defense. If you don't follow UAB, you should. In spite of today's results, which is kind of a weird deal because the quarterback that they started, the kid was not good at all, and they don't have a running game. So they absolutely had to have Trevor Johnson in there to throw the ball, and he did not go. So that became officially a pass. I hope that because about an hour before we couldn't find out any information. I hope most of my players were able to at least fade out of that position. So we had Alabama, and Yeah, man, that was another one. We took two favorites today. Our big chalk came through like gangbusters. Army put up 63, Ohio State put up 73, no problem whatsoever. Mississippi, New Mexico State, they scored 3 points, 7 points, whatever it was. So yeah, we had no problem with any of those. The big chalk, it was our little chalk that screwed us. We had Penn State, and we had Alabama. Both of them couldn't get it done. And then in the nightcap, we had Georgia. Loved that play with an injured Kelly Bryant, and he was dinged up with a hammy. He was questionable. He ended up not going. We liked it even more as Mizzou put up 0 points against a kind of a lack. It was actually kind of a lackluster performance from Georgia, but they didn't have to do much as they end up winning. When they win 27 zip, 20, I think it was 27 zip at the end of that one. So anyway, push all the way around, 4-4 overall. So let's go on to take a look at today's NFL action, shall we? Hey kids, we're going to start in the AFC as the Miami Dolphins travel to Indy to take on the Colts. Dolphins, 10.5-point road doggies here. Hey kids, don't look now, but Miami, well, they've covered their last 4, even winning straight up for the first time versus the powerhouse New York Jets. And now they get a really banged up Colts team that's going to be without T.Y. Hilton, Jacoby Brissett, and rookie phenom receiver Paris Campbell. The Finns defense, they're actually playing a little bit better. They've got Fitz Magic, and while he is a 36-year-old journeyman, make no mistake, he does give him a chance to move the chains and limit the Indy possessions. I like the 10, and I really like the hook. Give me the Dolphins plus 10.5 against that injured Colts team. And taking a look in the AFC as my hometown Kansas City Chiefs travel to Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans. I've got my eye on the total 49.5. I like the under here, kids. Titans have had the Chiefs number the last couple times they played. They came back from they've come back from double-digit halftime deficits both times. They came back to eliminate them in the playoffs in 2016, and they did the same thing in Kansas City last year. And they have a simple formula that works against the Chiefs. They do it by running the ball and limiting the opportunities for the KC offense. As we've said so many times, it's hard for the Chiefs to win with Mahomes sitting on the bench. Kansas City ran just 49 plays in that game last year. That is far under. That is 10 plays under their average. They're averaging almost 60 plays a game this season. Now, they've had a little bit more of an emphasis on the pass game lately, has Tennessee, since Tannehill took over. But believe me, head coach Mike Vrabel, an old defensive guy, he would like nothing better than a steady diet of 4-yard runs from Derrick Henry and chewing up the clock like a Pac-Man. Between that and the possibility that there may be a little rust from Pat Mahomes after sitting out for a couple weeks, I do like the under here. Give me the Chiefs Titans under 49.5. Once again, a very favorable hook there. And we're going to go with the Cardinals and the Buccaneers. Where are my Buccaneers? Right by your bucking hat. Buccaneers are a home 4.5-point favorite here. We're going to buy low on a Bucs team that has lost 4 straight, all right? Here's the deal. They haven't been home since September 22nd, and the 4 teams that they've lost to, they are a combined 23-11. Very good squads. And again, they've played 4 road games and a game over in London. So they literally haven't been home for 5 games. They are tough to run on. They really are. They are first in the league in rushing yards per game. They are second in the league in rushing yards per attempt. So that's the first thing you ever look at. Sometimes you see a team doesn't give out a lot of rushing yards, and you go, that's weird, because they lose all the time. And you look, and they're giving up a ton of pass yards. So it's kind of a trick, and you have to look at the yards per average. So these guys are actually legit. Like I said, first in rushing yards, second in rushing yards per attempt. Having said that, they're absolutely horrible in defending the pass. They are last in the NFL as far as yards given up through the air. They've got some solid pass rushers. They've got Ndamukong Suh. They've got Shaq Barrett. And they're going to bring the heat against an Arizona offensive line that has already given up 30 sacks on the season. Now, we talked about that a little bit before that San Francisco game last week. For Arizona to give up 30 sacks with the mobility of Kyler Murray, that is not good. Your offensive line is not doing well at all. The Bucs, for all their faults, scoring ain't one of them. They have scored 27 or more points in all but one game this season. The one game they didn't was that weird rainy night, Thursday night game where Cam Newton absolutely sucked, and they ended up beating I think they ended up winning 17-14 in that one. But they have been on fire lately. There is no reason to think that streak stops here against an absolutely dreadful Arizona Cardinals defense. Give me the Buccaneers minus the 4.5. Give me the Chiefs Titans under 49.5, and give me those Miami Dolphins, those lovable fish, plus 10.5 at the end of those three contests. You guys can join me. We'll finish up the Sunday. We'll finish up our weekend strong, going, what is it? 3-0, baby. I like it. Let's grab our winning tickets and head back to the window. All right, let's take a look, see how you guys did today. Once again, we talk about premium picks. We did go 1-1 today. We are still, for our premium plays, still scuffling around. We are still 6 under for the month, but still we are running about 54% on our football picks. So we've even taken a little dip there, but time to get going on that. So if you want get down on the premium plays, we do have some great half-season specials that we're running right now. I will put a link in the comments or in the description of the video. All right. So taking a look here at the shout-outs, Steve Godon. Steve had a couple fine picks. He had a LSU plus 6. He also had the Iowa Hawkeyes plus 9.5, and didn't quite get home. He did have a couple bonus plays. He had Arizona State, and the game they played pretty tough there against USC. He also had Iowa, which man, so close as they went for it and couldn't quite pull it off, as missed the 2-point conversion. So yeah, good job, Steve. And he goes 2-3 on the day. Sri Arsha, he says, I'm not a great follower of college ball, but I think it's our day. He says, following you on all 6, fingers crossed. And we made an exception, because I didn't even think about this when I did it. So we made an exception to the 5-play rule. If you tailed me, you got 6 plays, because it's the shallow 6. It's like Sophie's Choice. How do you figure out which one to throw out? So he went 3-3. Sri got juiced. Daniel Ruan, he's our NBA guy. He went 2-1 in the NBA. He goes plus 90. Very well done. We're on a nice little couple nice little capsules there about why he made his picks. Excuse me. Mark Desaad said Tulsa's quarterback got injured late in the first half, and true to UFC form, they fell apart in the second half. Yeah, we've seen that movie before. Yeah, and I was actually out last night playing trivia, so I was checking on my phone. Of course, playing trivia, they found when you get your phone out, so I wasn't able to keep up on that game play by play. So that was I would appreciate the update, Mark. Yeah, something wrong with the UCF team, as they can never play a complete game. I bit the bullet on the UCF Tulsa over. Yeah, that was just 3 points in the second half. Can't even talk about it. The astute Aardvark, he had Miami, and he had Baylor. No sweat on the Baylor game there, brother. And he had a couple other plays. He ended up getting juiced on the day. The confused Oracle said, I'm due for a great day. Tailing you on all 6. Said, he said you were dead on with your picks yesterday, but the universe, a.k.a. Vegas, works in mysterious ways. No kidding. Thanks for the hard work. No problem, buddy. You know what? We may go in slumps. We may have peaks and valleys, but I promise you, ain't nobody working harder. Nobody spends more hours doing this than I do. So he goes 3-3. He got juice, but he had a bonus play on the Missouri Georgia under 49. Looks great. Indeed, it did. Confused Oracle. You weren't one bit confused on that play, as tough to go over when only one team scores. Taylor Toadvine, what a fine name right there. Taylor, I think this is the first time Taylor stopped by, dropped off the picks. You know what? Had some plays that I really liked. He had Bama, and he had Wake Forest. He had a couple other plays that I wasn't as thrilled with and didn't come in, but I liked that Wake Forest play, man. It almost made my cut. It was like my top 10, and it was one of the ones I threw out, and they got brutalized by Virginia Tech. Of course, Bama, we've talked about that before. Steve Rich, who if you guys don't, if you ever for some of our we did our side-by-side broadcast of preseason. Steve Ritz, also known as the Buffalo Wingman, very good friend of mine. And he said, wow, you're laying more chalk in one game than I want to lay for the day. Dude, I hear you. We laid, what did we lay? We laid 34 with Army, 42 with Ohio State, and 28 with Ole Miss. That is not something I'm in the habit of doing. So what is that, 70? That's right at... So yeah, we were right at over 100 points in chalk for 3 games, and they all won. Suck it, wingman. Steven Tejada. He said I crack him up. That's good, man, because we always try to have a little fun. Win or lose, you know what? I always try to bring a smile to your face. Man, he had Steven. He had just about hit two parlays. He had a Northwestern minus 2.5, which a game that they were taking care of business almost the entire thing. And then he had them coupled with Ohio State. And then he did hit a parlay, a two-teamer. He had Baylor minus 2.5 and Army minus 33.5. So he said he meant to do Penn State instead of Northwestern. Let's see how it goes. It would not have gone well there either, my friend. He goes, one Big Ten team that sucked for another. He goes 1-1, but plus 160 on the days. He hits that two-teamer. Nicely done, Steven. C-Dub said press for time, but he just kind of put his plays up there. We did the first 5, and C-Dub. I told you to ride this guy. I told you when he gets hot, he's hot, and he's hot right now. He went 4-0 on his straight picks. He had a parlay, and I think he went 0-1 because we talked about this before. We had minus 1 on one of them, and they won. Sorry, it may not even be hard here. Sorry, guys. Oh no, one of them pushed. All right, so that was the thing. I didn't know. We talked about it in soccer. If you push, it's a loss. So unless it's three-way action. So anyway, because he usually plays three-way action. So anyway, I don't. I'm going to officially put your C-Dub at 4-0 and 0-1 on that parlay. And but still a darn fine day at plus 300. If he didn't, he ended up going 5-0 as if half that parlay hit. And so yeah, I'm curious to see how he did there. Cobra Sports 609. Cobra Sports 609 had a darn fine day as he goes 4-1 on his straight picks. He had Notre Dame, San Jose State, App State, which was a hell of a finish there. I watched the end of that game. I was waiting for San Diego State to start. And they beat South Carolina. Then he had Texas Tech. They rolled all over West Virginia. And then he had the Kansas State, Texas over 57.5. Got close. Started off well. Couldn't quite get home. 4-1 on the day. Not too shabby, Cobra Sports. That's plus 290. Roland Mims. Roland Mims had a fine day in the college ranks. He had LSU. He did have Penn State, was his only loss. He had Iowa plus the points. He had Ohio State. He said, don't be afraid of the points. No shit. 3-1 plus 190. Roland. Kent P. He played a college basketball parlay. Gonzaga, they took care of business by 50, I believe. And they had Seton Hall by 20.5. I think they won by 16, 17, right in there. Close, Clint. Close, Kent. Very close. Did better in college. He had Baylor and he had USC. Illinois plus 14.5. What the hell is up with Illinois? They're 6-4 now. Beating Michigan State outright. And he did miss out on Penn State, so he goes 3-1 on the straights, 0-1 on the parlay, plus 90 on the day. Truckee Medic had a profitable day. He goes 3-2 plus. Excuse me. He had had a rough day. He missed a couple of them, and but he did have the Bama team total over 34.5, so that came in. Truckee. Kiss to Degenerate said, you're following me except for Minnesota. Good call, my friend. You go 3-2 plus 80 on the day. That's exactly what I should have done. Derek Alota, he had those Golden Gophers plus 6.5. He had Texas minus 7, and then he had a little bit of a what we call a 3-team parlay there. And Derek goes the Gophers on the first half money line, Golden State Warriors, and the Mavs. That paid $3.95 on the day. So Derek goes 1-1 in his straight plays, 1-0 on the parlay, plus 385 on the day. Drew DeCrew offense, he was a winner this week. Drew DeCrew's usually got some fantastic picks out there, and he had a tough day. Tough day for Drew DeCrew. Hopefully his Saints will take care of business here today for him, and he'll be back in black. Tyler Flanagan. Tyler, he had a couple winners. He had Kansas State plus 7. He also had Baylor minus 3. Our reigning champion, Darwin Tango, did himself proud. He had Texas Tech first half. I love some of these picks. He had Western Carolina minus 2. Now, I wasn't sure if that was football or basketball, but luckily they covered 2 points in each sport. So we called that a winner at plus 105. He had Delaware plus 2 first half. God damn it. I love those plays, man. I love those under the radar. Nobody's betting on those. Delaware first half. Hat tip to you, my friend. I love that very much. And then he added College of Charleston, -3 in the first half. And East Tennessee State. Another fine day by Darwin Tango. 4-1 plus 285 for those for the first 5 picks that he had there. Well done. Horse Feathers said, I guess 2 bad teams in New Mexico are interchangeable in your handicapping. The New Mexico State Aggies are playing Ole Miss, not the New Mexico Lobos. I realized when I finished the video last night, I realized when you know how your mind starts going back, go, holy shit, I said Lobos. And I did, of course. But here's the deal, Horse Feathers. Yes, they are pretty much interchangeable in my handicapping. If you guys take nothing away from any of my videos the entire year, take this. Fade the state of New Mexico, all right? Do it. Fade the state of New Mexico. You will not be disappointed. The only people New Mexico have been able to beat was New Mexico State in a 55-52 shootout earlier this season. Yes, both of those teams are horrible. Aggies, Lobos, Laggies, Hobos, I don't care. Fade them all. David Frygon, he is the master of the 3-teamer. Want to know why? Because he hit another one. He hit Iowa +9. He hit the Mavericks -3. And he hit Kansas State and the points. I believe he was catching 4 in the hook there, Dave. Not sure. It was more than that. I don't know why he had 4 there. Anyway, he had Kansas State. He goes 1-0 plus 600 on that 3-teamer. Nicely done, David. I like that, man. If you're going to play parlays, I'm not a big parlay guy, but pick out a tier 3-teamer, play it. Don't play 19 of them. Play 1, let it go. Sometimes, most times you're going to miss it, but what do you got to hit? 1 out of 5 to make it profitable. And I think he's hit 2 out of 4. He was going in. He was 6-3, and after today he's 9-3. So yeah, nicely done, Dave. Hammered Hank, he had Kansas State to under, but he also had Michigan State to cover against Illinois. Goddamn Illinois. So Hammered Hank, he got juiced. Cyrus Quing said he's got Evansville -1.5, all in, and I don't know how much he stuck in the middle, but that pot was his as they won by 4. Cyrus Quing goes 1-0 for our purposes of +100. I'm guessing he made a little bit more than that. So, our Posit Cappers for the day, kids. Kiss the Degenerate, 3-2 +80. Daniel Ruan, 2-1 +90. Kent P, 3-1. 0-1 on the parlay +90. Cyrus Quing, 1-0 +100. Roland Mims, 3-1 +190. Darwin Tango, our returning champion, 4-1 +285. Cobra Sports 609, 4-1 +290. C-Dub 4-0 straight, 0-1 parlay +300. Derek Alota 1-1 straight, 1-0 parlay +385. And you know him, you love him. We had him a couple days ago. We got him again. It is David Frygon going 1-0 on his 3-team parlays +600. David, you, my friend, are our capper of the day. Congratulations, David. If you got a pick for Monday, something for Monday Night Football, or anything from the college or NBA realm, whatever it is, even hockey, whatever, throw it up there in the comment section tomorrow, and I'll make sure that it gets out to the group. All right. For the rest of you guys, all right, man. We had a lot of guys make some money today. A couple people struggled. Hope we kept our powder dry. Come out firing hard at the NFL today, no matter what happens. Though, you know the drill. We'll meet back here tomorrow. We'll do what we do. We'll bitch about those bad beats. We'll brag about our fat stacks that we made on the NFL, and then because it'll be Monday night football, kids. Nothing like Monday Night Football. Double up to catch up, you D-gens. You guys meet back here, and we're going to fire it up. We're going to do it all again. All right? You guys take care. Have a great day. Good luck on everything. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.